Have you ever wondered which songs Jon Bon Jovi himself holds closest to his heart? We all know the hits, the anthems that filled arenas and soundtrack generations. But when you strip away the fame, the tours, and the platinum records, what songs truly mean something to the man who wrote them? Today, we're going inside the mind of one of rock's greatest storytellers. From blue-collar dreams to heartbreak confessions, from the neon lights of New Jersey to the biggest stages on earth, these are Bon Jovi's 5 favorite Bon Jovi songs of all time, and the stories that shaped them. Stick with me till the end, because Jon's #1 pick might just surprise you. This is Backstage Tales, where legends speak through the music. Number 5, It's My Life, 2000.
This ain't a song for the broken-hearted.
When the 2000s rolled in, most people thought Bon Jovi's glory days were behind them. The grunge era had come and gone, pop was ruling MTV, and a lot of 80s rock acts were fading out. But Bon Jovi wasn't done, not even close. Then came It's My Life, a song that kicked the door back open and reintroduced them to a whole new generation. Jon Bon Jovi co-wrote the track with Richie Sambora and pop genius Max Martin, the same guy behind hits for Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. It was an unlikely team-up, classic rock meeting modern pop songwriting, but that's what made it work. Jon said later, "It's My Life was my way of saying, we're still here. We're still relevant." The lyrics, like Frankie said, "I did it my way," nod to Frank Sinatra, another Jersey legend. It's about doing life on your own terms, staying defiant, and never backing down. When the music video hit MTV, it became an instant anthem for anyone who felt underestimated. And Live, the crowd takes over the chorus every single time. Jon has said that, "It's My Life," kept the band alive into the 21st century, and it's still one of his proudest moments as a songwriter. Because sometimes, one song doesn't just save a career, it redefines it. Number 4, Livin' on a Prayer, 1986. It's hard to imagine a Bon Jovi concert, or even rock radio, without Livin' on a Prayer. But here's a wild fact. Jon didn't even like it at first. In early demos, he thought it sounded messy, too complicated. It was Richie Sambora who convinced him to finish it. Together, they built the story of Tommy and Gina, a working-class couple struggling to make ends meet but refusing to give up on love or hope. That talk box guitar effect that opens the song, Richie's idea, it gave the song that futuristic yet gritty edge that made it unforgettable. The song became the anthem for dreamers, for blue-collar believers, for anyone who's ever had to hold on to what they've got. When asked why this one still hits him hard, Jon said, "Tommy and Gina were real people. They're every couple who's ever tried to make it through life. And that's what our fans relate to, because that's who we are." Livin' on a Prayer didn't just define the 80s, it transcended it. It made Bon Jovi one of the biggest bands in the world, and it remains a setlist closer nearly 40 years later. Number 3, Bed of Roses, 1992. Now, let's slow things down. Because behind every rock anthem is a songwriter with a soul. Bed of Roses came from one of Jon's loneliest moments. In 1992, he was on tour, worn out and disconnected from home. One morning, sitting alone in a hotel room, he began writing on the back of a napkin. He later recalled, "I was hungover, missing my wife, missing my kids." That song was a letter to them. Every lyric paints a picture. Sitting here wasted and wounded, at this old piano. It's a confession. Raw, poetic, and honest. Unlike earlier power ballads, this one wasn't about young love or heartbreak. It was about the cost of fame, and the emotional distance it creates. Richie Sambora's guitar solo elevates it, melodic, emotional, and restrained. It's not just a solo, it's a cry. Jon later said, "It's one of those songs that still gets me when I sing it. Because I remember exactly where I was when I wrote it, and how I felt." Bed of Roses reminds us that behind every loud rock show, there's still a man who just wants to go home. Number 2, Wanted Dead or Alive, 1986.
Oh, chained every day.
This one. Pure Bon Jovi storytelling magic. Back in the slippery when wet days, Jon and Richie were touring relentlessly, city after city, night after night. They started to feel like modern-day cowboys, riding from town to town, guitar in hand instead of guns. That's how Wanted Dead or Alive was born. Jon said, "We wrote that song at 3 a.m. in a hotel room. We were dead tired. I picked up the acoustic, Richie started playing, and suddenly, the whole thing came to life." The imagery, "I'm a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride," refers to his guitar and the tour bus. It's a metaphor for the grind of being a musician, the freedom and loneliness that come with the road. The song became their touring anthem, their identity. And even decades later, it still sums up who they are, rebels with guitars, chasing dreams across endless highways. Richie once said that when they play it live, it feels like coming home. Wanted Dead or Alive wasn't just another hit, it was Bon Jovi's soul in musical form. Number 1. Always, 1994.
Feels bleed, but you can't see his blood.
And finally, Jon Bon Jovi's most personal favorite. The one he calls, the purest love song I've ever written. Always. Ironically, this song was almost never released. Jon wrote it for a movie soundtrack that ended up getting scrapped. He shelved the tape for years, until one day, a friend found the demo and played it. Everyone in the room knew it was too good to stay hidden. When Always hit the airwaves, it exploded. It became one of the band's biggest global hits, topping charts in over 20 countries. But beyond the commercial success, it's the emotional truth in it that Jon cherishes. He once said, "I wasn't writing about happy endings. I was writing about forever, even when things fall apart." The power of that song comes from vulnerability. It's not about perfect love, it's about the kind that endures pain, regret, and time. And when he sings, "I'll be there till the stars don't shine," you can feel every word. It's no wonder he still calls Always one of the songs that reminds him why he writes. So there you have it. Jon Bon Jovi's 5 favorite Bon Jovi songs of all time. Each one tells a story of resilience, love, loss, and survival. From the fiery youth of Livin' on a Prayer, to the soul-bearing honesty of Bed of Roses, and the timeless devotion of Always, these songs aren't just music, they're chapters of Jon's life. And maybe that's why Bon Jovi's music still resonates, because it's real. It's about growing up, falling down, and getting back up again. But now I want to hear from you. Which Bon Jovi song changed your life? Tell me your top pick in the comments below, and let's see whose list matches Jon's. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Bon Jovi's world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another rock story that shaped music history. Because behind every hit, there's a heartbeat, and behind every legend, there's a tale. This has been Backstage Tales, where music history comes alive. See you in the next one.